my name's John Cordy. I think we can all agree that no one really causes controversy quite like John Mayer can. Remember the time when he did that Playboy interview and he said some funny words which you shouldn't really say, certainly not in an interview. We remember the time when he was accused of kind of hitting Amber Heard. That was a whole thing. He, threatened to get in a fight with Elon Musk. And then also we remember the time more recently where he did a cover of that Lost Prophet song, which was weird, wasn't it? Anyway, so I think one of the most controversial guitars probably that was ever released, to the mainstream, the PRS Silver Sky. So I'm borrowing this off of Dave from up the road. Cheers, Dave. And I have to say I'm really, really impressed. So I wanted to just do a quick video comparing it to this Fender Custom Shop Strat, which I've had for a few weeks, month or so maybe, and you've probably seen a bunch of videos from people that were paid to tell you the PRS Silver Sky is great. And like you, I would have been skeptical of those kind of things and thought, well, it looks a bit funny for a Strat. But this one in particular is a super lightweight and really resonant guitar, and I have to say I'm very, very impressed by it. So in terms of tones and stuff, I think it might be a little bit brighter than that Strat. So that's a 63 Custom Shop with Josephina pickups in it, whatever that means, and this has obviously got the PRS Silver Sky pickups in it, which Jake tells me are wound a little bit hotter than the Fender ones would be for whatever reason. Does it sound like a Strat? I think you can be the judge of that from the intro. I think it sounds a little bit brighter, that's all I would say, but then I guess you get Strats that sound brighter than other Strats and all that sort of stuff, so that's fine. So probably a tick in the box in terms of tone. In terms of playability, like I said, this is a super resonant guitar, lightweight, and seems to really just feels alive, which is odd. I think it's a poly body, so if you listen to the online stuff you'd think that that might be less resonant than a nitro body, but whatever. When it comes down to looks, I don't think it can really beat a Strat. I think the Strat is kind of that iconic guitar design, and if you're a real purist, is this going to do it for you? I know some people are put off by the headstock. The headstock, I think, is one of the nicer things about this design. I don't know if I love that little truss rod cover. The birds, of course, are kind of classic to PRS. Then these volume tone knobs, I think, look a bit strange. It's like quite a light plastic. Just looks a little bit cheap in my opinion. Aside from that, looks cool. And then I'd say the black neck plate sort of looks a little bit out of place in some ways to my eye, but what does it matter what I think? But aside from that, I think generally a really good job. Looks close enough to a Strat in some ways that it works for the eye. Small kind of vintage style frets and a 7.25 radius, but that's not been an issue for playability for me. Just a really good solid all-round guitar. And then I guess it comes down to price. So I think generally a Fender Custom Shop Strat now will go for around sort of £3,500. So this is effectively £1,000 cheaper. I don't know the numbers that PRS make these in, but I know that Fender make an awful lot of custom shop guitars, so although it says custom shop and stuff, I don't know that they're particularly rare or anything. You can find them, and likewise the PRS Silver Sky, they're definitely not rare guitars. It seems like PRS are churning them out at quite a rate, but they seem like really good quality. So you obviously don't get a hard case with the PRS, whereas most Fender custom shops you would get a hard case. Pick your poison. You pay maybe £1,000 extra for a similar quality kind of instrument, get a slightly more modern voiced instrument with the Silver Sky, but there's no reason that you couldn't change those pickups out if they weren't working for you for whatever reason. I feel like the Fender Custom Shop generally might favour slightly bigger frets than these, and certainly a variety of kind of fretboard radii. But all around a very solid guitar, and quite pleasantly surprised by that. So maybe you can believe what the YouTubers told you, or the influencers, or the paid shills, whatever you want to call them. It seems to me to be a really good guitar, and certainly if you could find one second hand for about £1,800, I think you'd struggle to find a Fender custom shop that would beat it. I don't know. What's your experience been? Have you had one? Have you had a good one? I think it might be helpful for some people to read comments on what people's real experiences are with the PRS Silver Sky. Did you like them? Shout out to Perry from 5 Watt World for recommending trying out one of these, and shout out to Dave for letting me borrow it. Great guitar. You'll probably see me play a couple more videos with it over the next kind of few days, but really impressed. Thank you for stopping by. If you wanted to like and subscribe, you could. Don't have to, of course, but it'd be nice if you would. Catch you in a little bit. Oh, I was using an 8-check Stomp for this. You can get that preset in the description if you want, along with all the others. So yeah.